Welcome back to the podcast. Today we want to know if by chance you might be losing momentum.
Ooh. Welcome to the Shift Happens podcast about navigating the lighter side of life's challenges.
I'm Robin McIntire, a certified life and transitions coach.
And I'm Monique Eckes, a question asker.
And you are handy here. She keeps me on task.
Yeah, I am a client of Robin, so I'm real good at asking the questions.
That's great.
Yes. All right, so losing momentum, I have a lot of ideas for that, but you're so good about going a little bit deeper and thinking about these topics more. Tell me more about losing momentum.
So losing momentum, oh my gosh, we can do it in so many ways, right? And really, momentum, like so many things, it is all about our energy and our thoughts. But energy, it can happen so fast, right? It just can happen so fast. One day we think, why yesterday was I so gung ho, or this morning?
Oh my gosh.
Why was I so gung ho? And 3 hours later, or the next day, I feel like, why try?
Oh. Right, and we're chugging along just right, and it kind of comes to a halt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So what's that?
So we're normalizing this.
Okay.
Let's normalize it.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to normalize losing
one.
momentum. Now, like always, we're not saying just go with that. We're just saying the more we understand it, the more self-aware we are when we feel like we might be losing momentum, the more we can do about it.
Oh, for sure. So I know you said a lot of this is about it could be about the thoughts that we're thinking.
Yes.
And we came up with some examples.
Yeah.
So what are some things we could be thinking that could be triggers to us that we've lost momentum or in the process of?
Oh, there's so many examples, and you're going to catch them if you're good at catching your thoughts, which we hope if you're hanging around this podcast, you get really good at that.
Yeah.
Again, that's because that's when we have choice, is when we catch things and go, wait, is that true? Is that not true?
Yeah.
Let's think something that's more helpful.
Okay.
So this can be, I'm doing this thing and it's not going how I want. So what the heck? Or it's not going fast enough. I've been doing all these things to get to my goal, and it's just not happening. A great example, of course, is people go to the gym for 1 or 2 weeks, and they want to start seeing results.
Yeah.
Now, just a side note about that, just like anything, if you can get excited about checking the box that you did the behavior or the action step that you promised yourself, that can help keep you in momentum. Just that I know we're supposed to keep those for later, but it just slipped out.
Okay, that's okay. I love the side quests sometimes. Yes, but that goes along with that. That's a perfect example. We started this new routine. Maybe it's going to the gym.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We got that,
goodness.
and then we kind of give up.
It can be so fast. It can be, well, I was planning on eating really healthy, but I already blew breakfast.
Oh yeah.
I know I keep bringing these food things for y'all, but being an ex-personal trainer, that it's just such a great example that everybody can relate to. That we set a plan in the morning, and lots of reasons why by noon or evening we might actually forget to remember what our goal was. But the minute we feel ourselves slipping, that's where if we get good at catching it, we don't have to lose momentum.
Okay,
we don't have to.
We're going to talk about that too. There's a couple other general ones. I'm never going to get back on track.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that's prime?
Yes, that's always like this fear of mine when I'm starting to lose momentum. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to get back on track. Another one that you had brought up was, well, I'm out of time now. I've lost momentum. I will never get, it's kind of the same. I won't get back on track. I'm just out of time.
It just starts taking away that good energy, and it starts replacing it with that frenetic energy and worry.
Ooh, yes.
And that's why I say it's all about energy.
It's all about energy.
Oh yeah, we can be here 1 minute and then we can just spin out.
Yeah.
The thoughts help us spin out, or the thoughts can help us go the other way. Hey, time out. My brain's trying to do this thing right now. So anytime we're getting momentum in a direction, this is really good.
Okay.
Anytime we're getting momentum in a direction of something that's a big change, which is generally why we start something, right? We want change. We want improvement. Anytime we do that, the brain is on hyper alert saying, but wait, I don't want to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we got to remember it's always going to play in the background.
Yeah.
And It just is.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So it's waiting for us to lose momentum. We just don't want to play into it.
Gotcha. So when you notice those thoughts, sometimes it's just that other part of your brain trying to not get you back on track. Is that
self-sabotage?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know we say that fear. We use the word fear a lot.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about the saber-toothed tiger. We're just talking about in general when we start panicking, right? Or when we start feeling anxious or overwhelmed. It's just when things aren't going the way we think they should.
Right.
Automatically, there goes our brain.
Okay.
So we just have to, again, the self-awareness. Self-awareness.
That
right?
makes so much sense to me. Okay. Oh, and that helps normalize it for me too.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes, we're normalizing.
Oh my
again.
gosh. So when we're feeling like we're losing momentum, we're having these thoughts, we're never going to get back on track. That's part of our brain, just like, hey, maybe you should just stay over here, right?
It's so true.
And another piece that we talked about. So there's the thoughts, and then awareness.
Something that can happen too when we lose momentum is it's not just, our thoughts went crazy and we didn't control things, or none of that. It can be simple distraction.
Okay.
And before we know it, we're losing momentum.
Gotcha.
Right? Like, oh my gosh, I said I was going to be doing this project by 10, and it's noon, and I'm still putting out this other fire for somebody at work or helping somebody in the family, anything that could come up. So distractions, they don't have to be a bad thing or blame somebody for them or even blame ourselves, but awareness, being aware of the distractions. So sometimes if we know we're losing momentum and we don't look for the reason, we just feel it, then the thoughts can take over. But if we go, wait, time out, hang on, I got distracted.
Okay.
And again, we're not making excuses, we're looking at it. We are trying to objectively stand back and go, what just happened? How can I get on track quickly? So, but the distractions can be very real. And then, especially today, especially today, we're so available, our phones, we have families, we have people we love and care about. And if you are a level 4 caretaker, level 4 energy is a lot of caring about other people. That's another thing that can be a distraction. Again, not a bad distraction, but that's how we can lose momentum. So it's kind of like, you know what, and you've probably heard this so many times, where if we get off track, you hear of a plane that they're trying to get from point A to point B, and they're constantly having to redo their course. It could be winds, it could be another airplane in the way, it could be all these obstacles, and the pilot just knows, just got to get back on track and figure out another way. They don't say, let's just let the plane go down. It's just a quick reset.
Yeah. Oh, I love these ideas. That really helps me realize that I can just go, okay, that's some kind of intrusive thought, not something I really want to work towards. Stop, notice, then what? And I love the plane or a train. I think of momentum with trains, with all this behind them. And if a train slows down, it does take them a little bit to keep going, but what do you have to do? You have to add more fuel. You have to do something to get that momentum back. Yeah.
Discouragement, that again is catching that thought right away. And I still find myself doing this. I can get discouraged, and all of a sudden the thought loops they can just spiral.
So much.
So it's just these little drama stories that are, we let one little thought or one feeling, and it just, if we don't catch it, it can just, then you really can lose your momentum.
That's true.
If you let it have its way with you, it will, you can go down with it.
And I think that's kind of where I start to do the shoulds. I should be doing all these things, but really kind of thinking back, okay, this is my goal, this is where I've lost momentum. I should be doing this, I'm going down the track, but now I can't, and now I'll never get back on track, and I should be, like the loop.
Yeah.
That's
the shoulds are so big. That's a really great way, too, to actually see this coming.
Okay, okay.
Good. It's another way to recognize it's happening.
Right.
Really good.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about overwhelm. So again, it's just being really, really aware of what's happening. The minute you think, oh no, I promised myself I was going to have 4 glasses of water down by now, or I was going to walk a mile, or that first energy is so, if it's not guilty, it's at least frantic.
Yes.
And that might be a little dramatic for you. It might not be. I don't know. Maybe it's worse.
Yeah.
But it's recognizing it right away and knowing, okay, we're not to the action steps yet, but it is really about catching it first.
Right. For me with business, sometimes this comes up with, social media. If I lose momentum with posting on social media, oh my gosh.
Both my hands are up.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
So
my gosh.
me too,
Yes.
me too. And it happens a lot.
Yes.
Now, social media is kind of lower on my priority list anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of give myself a pass sometimes on that. But when I lose momentum, that's rough for me. Sometimes I don't even notice for like a week.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to post a story every day on Insta, and and then I get overwhelmed, like
Right.
you're talking about. I'm overwhelmed, like, I now have to do everything right now.
Oh, and it'll mess up the algorithms.
Oh my gosh.
That's my thing. I have messed up the algorithm several times.
So sometimes we can lose sleep over these things, right? So give me some other.
That just so brings up the whole physical part
Yeah.
of when we lose momentum. Sleep is a part. Our diet, not a diet, our diet, like what you choose to put in your body, whether you move or not, all the things that can make us physically feel good are just, I can't even express how important they are to keeping momentum, building momentum, getting momentum in the first place.
Yeah.
It has to start here.
Yeah.
It just has to start here. If we don't feel good, nothing sounds appealing.
That's true.
And motivation is a whole nother podcast.
We'll write that down.
Yeah, but again, it's that same. It's why I want people so bad to pay attention. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how you feel about your health, all the things, because it does matter. It happened to me last week. Okay, I was so tired, and I had had a little come apart. And some of it was tech, some of it was timing of something else, and I could feel it coming. But I had to just completely say, Robin, you are tired right now. Take a beat, pause, stop, time out, whatever. Get it together because you're fine. And that's really, but
Take care of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But,
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, physically. Listen to your body. It will tell you every time. The other thing really important is your surroundings. If you are trying to stay in momentum, stay in a state of up, feeling higher energy levels, who you hang around
Ooh, so
is
important.
very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
So agreed.
Yeah, that speaks for itself.
So we want to give you some more practical steps. We've already given you some awesome tidbits, but we need to stop for the sponsor break, which will really help you with this.
Yeah, this is another really good example that we could work on in a Spark Session Plus. And it is $197. It's 90-minute intro with me, a session with me, 90 minutes. And then 2 weeks after that, we meet for 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, we're talking about what's going on for you, what do you want to be going on for you, what's in the way, and how can we help you get started. We set up action steps together, and then we check back in later and decide what's working, what's not, and what we can tweak.
Yeah, the Spark Plus session, that is such a good deal. It's a great way to get to know Robin, and you can tackle really one thing really well, I think.
Yeah, let's get you started. If you lose momentum, it's one of the hardest things is to go it alone. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sponsor.
Thank you, Monique.
Oh.
And to all of you listeners.
So Robin is famous for her one-liners, and we're making her more famous with those one-liners with you. So I want this to stick in your brain today, no matter what you're doing after you listen to this podcast. This is the one-liner that I want to stick with you.
This one-liner has been near and dear to me since COVID. And it has helped me when I was pivoting my business from personal training to life coaching, and right after I hired somebody to help me with all of that, COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally had to say to myself, Robin, just keep showing up. You can make it mean what you want, but to me it meant do the next step. Get out and be seen. Just do the thing you don't want to do, just do one tiny little thing that reminds you you're in it. It reminds you what you want. It reminds you that, yes, you can keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, this is perfect for the topic today. And this really is one of your famous one-liners.
Yeah, I use it all the time. Just keep showing up.
Just keep showing up.
I say it to myself.
And it's and it's almost like we have another action step for you, but it can be an action step. If you feel like you're losing momentum, do one thing that'll keep you going. Just keep that train them moving.
Yeah, if you keep this mantra going,
Yeah.
it will keep you in motion.
I love it. Yeah. So then we have an action step too that talks a little about what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
So this is perfect.
Yeah, so here's what you do. You have your goal that feels like it's kind of slipped away or lost a little juice. You literally recommit and do it with a witness.
Okay.
That's where coaching is fun, right? Or,
Yeah.
and if it's a best friend or if it's somebody that you like accountability with, make sure that this person really stands for you.
Gotcha.
Not somebody that we're kind of codependent with, that we let each other wiggle out of the goal, not that.
Okay.
But just recommit to your goal and find some accountability.
Yeah. That helps surround us with the people that we want to be surrounded by.
It's so true.
And so this all kind of comes back around.
It does.
And I think that's really perfect for, I don't think we've talked about this kind of action step before.
The accountability?
Yeah, really pick someone, and it could be a coach, like Robin's my coach. Sometimes I'll say, okay, I want to be committed to this. I want to recommit to my goal. And so this is what I want to work on, and then she'll help me through it. But this could be your spouse. It could be your coworker. Anyone that you know is going to say, hey, you done the thing?
And make sure you're serious. Really claim it for yourself.
Claim it.
Claim it.
Love it.
What's another podcast we could send them to? Your Why Should Make You Cry. That would be a good one.
I was thinking about that podcast during this whole recording.
Were you?
Yes, because so much of this comes back to your why.
Yeah.
In the back of your brain giving you all these reasons,
To keep showing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been an awesome episode.
That was fun.
We're going to do another episode too about your when you're anticipating losing momentum. That is a whole different mindset, and I feel that so much. So we decided that's going to be a whole nother episode. So stay tuned. We appreciate you listening to this episode. We would absolutely love it if you could subscribe and stick around with us.
Yeah, please help us grow the podcast.
Yeah.
We really want to make life's challenges easier. And that is why we want to validate you. We want to normalize all the things, and we just want to bring up the things that are hard to talk about or you don't get to talk about a lot in a safe space.
Yeah, I love how we make those hard things lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been helpful and life-changing for me. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
You can check more out on my website. It's my name is spelled with all I's. It's ROBINMCINTIRE. All of it's there for you.
Yes, and remember, shift happens.
Shift happens.
But Robin's here for you.
I'm here for you.
All right.
And it's all in how we respond.
And check out the show notes. That's where you're going to find those Spark Session Plus.
Yep. Show notes. Always the show notes.
Yep.
And share.
And on YouTube. All right.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Ciao.